thought we'd kick off the next session by asking you guys a question. Who is currently a caregiver? Please raise your hand and keep it up. Who expects to be a caregiver in the next decade? And then who expects to be a caregiver after that at some point? Everyone. That's all of us. And so it really just speaks to the way that this topic touches all of us at some point in our lives. And before we get started with our panel today, we wanted to share a bit of context and some of the insights that we gathered as we did research on this topic. So there's a few points here just from our secondary research. 1 in 6 employees is a caregiver for a relative or a friend and spends an average of 20 hours a week providing some kind of care. 2/3 of caregivers are also employed. Over half of Wisconsin family givers report that their current situation is not sustainable, and even more that providing care or arranging care had made their employment more difficult. And so some of these findings highlight the significance and growing impact of caregiving responsibilities on the workforce, both today and in the years to come. We also did a survey, which many of you may have participated in, so thank you. And this survey was geared to help us better understand the needs of working caregivers. We received 76 responses representing a wide range of caregiving experiences. The majority of respondents were the primary caregiver and also employed full-time. So it's no surprise that caregivers are balancing a heavy load, emotionally and physically. Over 80% of respondents reported providing multiple types of care. So from emotional support, transportation, financial management, medical tasks, personal care, household chores, many are providing a lot of these different types of care. And they're spending a lot of time doing it each week on top of full-time work. This speaks volumes about the invisible labor many are carrying every single day. And so it follows that the top challenges reported by caregivers were emotional strain, balancing work and caregiving, and managing their time. These findings also align with the governor's task force report that was mentioned earlier, which also cited balancing work and caregiving as a major concern. Respondents shared that they often have to adjust their work schedules to fulfill caregiving duties, that the caregiving responsibilities have impacted their career progression. Only 9% strongly agreed they have a reliable and strong support network for their caregiving responsibilities, and only 5% indicated that they strongly agreed that they feel informed about their rights as a caregiver in the workplace. Here are just a few reflections shared by respondents. It's challenging to find room for myself between caretaking and full-time work. Often when given the opportunity to join friends or attend an event, I'm too tired and have very little interest because I feel guilty. Regulating the amount of giving required in the face of anger and irritability, and how to keep emotional regulation in the face of daily dysregulation is challenging. And so I think these voices are a reminder that caregiving doesn't just impact schedules, it shapes our identity, our lives, and our well-being. When asked what would be the most helpful resource in supporting them, caregivers overwhelmingly pointed towards flexible work and employer support. So, in fact, nearly twice as many respondents selected this as very helpful compared to any other resource, though there are a wide range of ways that we can be supportive. They shared a variety of community-based ideas, but mostly we're citing workplace opportunities. So calling for increased resources, more awareness of caregiving challenges, stronger parental leave policies, and greater flexibility in scheduling. There was also a clear theme around caregivers needing help with navigating available resources and being aware of what support was available. And so, access just isn't just about availability, it's about clarity and connection. The issue has significant implications for employee retention. According to a recent HR trends survey by the QTI group, employees resign due to compensation, career development, and employer flexibility. And all of these are areas we can support as it relates to caregiving support. Supervisors play a critical role in fostering a supportive work environment and promoting work-life balance, setting the tone for how caregiving is addressed in the workplace. 7 out of 10 U.S. workers say they would quit their job over a bad boss. And the financial impact is also profound. Family caregiving costs employers up to $33 billion annually in lost productivity, absenteeism, and workday interruptions. On the flip side, every dollar invested in caregiving-friendly policies can yield up to over $4 ROI. So, that flexibility is here to stay. There's research that indicates that 2/3 of employers are offering flexible work hours, and nearly as many are expected and committed to maintaining the hybrid work options they provide. But flexibility is just one of many ways that we can provide support to caregivers in the workforce. And things like benefits like parental and caregiver leave are becoming more common and reflect a growing awareness of the diverse needs of today's workforce. But there's still much work to be done here. And that's why today's panel will explore both sides of the caregiver experience, how we as a community and as employers can create more supportive systems and policies for caregivers, and how we as caregivers and future caregivers can better balance our own well-being with the demands of caregiving and employment.